Hey, I'm Justin.
Hey, I'm Sheldon.
Two childhood best friends from North Carolina.
They moved to Los Angeles to play basketball.
Became successful entrepreneurs in fitness
and entertainment.
Throughout our journey,
we've seen a lot of things,
met a lot of people,
gained a lot of experience
in business and life.
Join us as we talk that talk
from NC
to LA.
Southern gentlemen,
the West Coast businessmen.
Man, get that nutrition in.
You know what it is? NC
to LA.
Know what I mean? And green apples are very good for you too. They are amazing for your digestive system. Great for energy as well.
I'm down for the green apple movement.
Yeah, man. Green is it's just better to eat greens in your life, period. But green apples is the bomb.
I'm down with it.
Granny Smith. Who's Granny Smith? Anybody know about Granny Smith?
Is that the brand?
Granny is a type.
Okay. Is this like the extra small green joints?
But what I'm saying, like, who is, like, I'm gonna look this up. Who Granny Smith is?
Okay.
Because it's named after somebody. It's named after Grandma Smith.
Okay. Well, shout out to Grandma Smith and green apples.
And shout out to all the grandmas.
Oh, all the grandmas.
And all the moms. You know what I mean?
It's Mother's Day.
It is Mother's Day, and this is a special edition NC to LA Mother's Day.
Mother's Day, you know we
episode.
Had to do it.
Come on.
You know we had to do
We love our moms.
Man, and I don't even know if you can't even question that.
Nah, and we have two very, very special moms, and I also have some other women in my life that were very, very special and influential in raising me and helping make me who I am. Hey, what up, Shay?
Mommy in the building. Hey, Mommy. Happy Mother's Day, Mommy.
Yeah, Miss Johnson.
For the world to see, I love you, Mommy.
Yeah, Shayla's mom is a very special woman to me. Miss Angela Brantley. Oh, Justin, no Angie.
Angie!
Yeah, Angie. You know
Angie B. What up? So I was messing with my mom today. I told her, I had a song prepared for her. So,
That's when you gonna sing?
I was. I sung it to her earlier. I sung it to her on the way here. Okay. So should I hit the world with it?
Go ahead.
Or nah,
this
I'm
a surprise to me.
I'm gonna chill this time.
This is a surprise to me. One time this guy, bro, but one time we went to a karaoke party.
Oh,
and Justin went up there. First of all, I never thought I'd see this guy do karaoke in my life. This guy went up there and he sang a Prince song that I didn't even know he knew this song.
Man,
Nikki,
we got down, man. That was, I don't know.
He was working at Equinox. It was an Equinox work party.
But I'm just trying. I don't think that I've ever done karaoke outside of that, bro. I think that was the first and only time that I've ever done karaoke. Did Nikki?
That was a bucket, by the way.
That was a bucket.
It was my apple winning the best.
Granny Smith.
Granny Smith.
Granny Smith buckets.
Bam,
basket. You know what I'm saying? And I did Nikki, and I know my mama, man, she be hating. But when I was younger, I went to a Prince concert, and she always telling me I never went to a Prince concert, and I did. So that's why I performed Nikki. But that's another mother story that we debate about it all the time. She said I never went to the concert. I know I was there. I know I saw Prince perform. So
his mom is she loves this guy a lot. She's a super fan, by the way. Like some moms are fans, some moms will take it to another level. His mother, about the ultimate level of parent fandom that exists.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just it's balanced. It's balanced because my mother, she's not the yes ma'am. You know what I mean? She's not gonna be, oh my God, baby, that was just she gonna give me the real. And even the thing is, like, okay, if I do something and I'm not confident or I'm kind of discouraged about it, she's gonna pick me up. You know what I mean? But if I'm too high or she feels like, my head is a little bit too big or I'm starting to smell my upper lip.
Oh, she gonna keep it 100 for sure. She gonna keep it 100 all the way across the board, no doubt.
Yeah.
But she is an amazing cheerleader, and she is an amazing encourager. For sure. This is what, like, because I played basketball with this guy, like, most of my life growing up as kids. And then also we played against each other in high school. So she was just like a main cheerleader person. But the main one that I remember I remember a bunch, but when we were at the University of North Carolina, y'all playing the state championship game, they were in the Dean Dome. The Dean Dome holds like 30,000 people. And across from me, about directly across from me, you can see Justin's mom. Justin's mom used to have the big hair. She had the honey blonde, and she had the big hair. But
honey blonde, big curls.
Was turned. She was the loudest person in the Dean Dome. She led the cheers. If you didn't know who Miss Johnson was before the game, you probably did after. About at halftime. It was defense. Take the ball. She led both sides of the cheer. Usually somebody say defense and you let everybody else say take the ball. She did both. Defense, take the ball. And she was like, her. Like it was aggressive. The cheerleaders followed her, and she had nothing to do with the school at all.
No, that's outside of my mother being super supportive of the 71st basketball program.
Shout out to 71st, but more importantly, shout out to Southview.
You know, but yeah, she did. You know, she brought that energy every single game, and I can say like at first when I first started playing. And I guess like whenever my talent started to show a little more, she, you know, turned it up a little more. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Before it was just like, all right, baby, you know, do your best, go out there, you know, try. And then, you know what I'm saying, once I started to play well and this and that, then it was like, oh, your energy was
it helped.
Today.
It helped because the boy was turning up. He was getting it in, for sure. Yeah. Justin was one of the best players in the city, one of the best players in the state, one of the best players in the country. And his mom definitely was right there supporting. And she was like a mother figure to me because I spent a lot of time at their house. And even whenever I saw them at games where I played them, whatever, she always showed me love. And she taught me life lessons as well. And there was a third party of ours, Julian Capel. And there's no way I could talk about Mrs. Johnson without bringing and showing love to Mrs. Capel. Miss Pat Capel was amazing to us. You know what I mean? We stayed at their house a lot. She cooked amazing meals for us, just like a glamorous lady who was a
entrepreneur.
Come on, entrepreneur. She had her own hair business. She was also a successful painter, and she came from a prestigious family where her father was a very renowned pastor.
Okay.
Yeah. And so between Mrs. Johnson, Mrs. Capel, outside, those are my best friends' mothers, and they were very important and influential to me. My mama, Rose Price, is very special. My mom is a Jamaican immigrant. She was born in Jamaica, raised in Jamaica, and eventually became a U.S. Army soldier. My mother was a soldier. She's a retired Army vet. She did the long run, 20 years in the U.S. Army. So, like having a mother like that showed me a lot of strength, hard work, dedication, discipline, and my mom gave me a lot of love too. For sure.
As far as Miss Rose, for me, I could always depend on Miss Rose to keep it 100, no sugarcoating. You know what I'm saying?
Sometimes to a fault, though.
Yeah, it was never to a fault to us because it was always cool to get that real.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? From a female perspective.
Definitely.
And because my mother, she's into the church, always has been. And everything that she gives me advice-wise, it's church. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Miss Rose,
A little
would
more
give me,
raw.
You know what I'm saying? And just like, oh, you right, but hey, I dig what you're saying, 100%, nail on the head.
I just never heard a lady speak like that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
and more or less, you know, a mother. So, like I said, I feel like with the three, we had the Holy Trinity.
For
you know
sure.
what I mean? We had
We
the
did.
perfect balance because my mother brought the church. We got to see the entrepreneur, you know, driven side. You know, I mean, and all three of them were driven, but
All
just,
of them.
you know,
That's the
from
thing.
this
All of
angle-
them were professional.
Yeah, but it was
Real.
just like, you know, we saw the different things where they all three excelled. And
Yeah.
just like
In different lanes. Yep.
But I mean, and just like you say, all three driven is, you know, those common characteristics, and then
For
they
sure.
were just doing their individual thing, you know.
Definitely.
But that was dope.
Yeah.
So I mean, from the dating perspective, like from females, you have to have your A game. You know what I mean? You have to be in order.
For sure.
I mean, and you know,
but all our moms also were sharp though.
that's what I'm saying.
Like all our moms was fly.
You was never
just-
gonna see any of our
come on.
mothers busted.
Never. They always fitted and kitted, hands down. I'm telling you, Miss Johnson, she had her own style, but it was fly. Miss Capel had her own style, but it was fly. My mama, own style, but it was fly. I'm talking world class. For real. Wherever they stepped out, you know what I mean? Like, and a lot of times people didn't would think they was like our big sisters or something like that. Like, they didn't even really think they was our moms.
Nah, that was real. I mean, especially, you know, considering the age ranges that, and it's funny, all three of us, you know what I mean? We don't have that huge gap. You know, like my mother, she was the youngest, so there was a major gap between her and my grandparents.
Yeah.
But even just, you know, with that age difference, there's a better connection as far as, you know, trying to explain, you know, we don't get a lot of that back in my day, you know, I mean, you know, they'll reminisce on us, but you know, they can remember everything. Like, all right, we know that this going on, that's going on, we familiar with.
And they were young, and they were young enough to be energetic.
Yeah,
well.
you
Move
know,
around with us, you know what I mean? Come up to the basketball games and all that other stuff as well. I had a little bit of a different situation because my mom was in the military and my mom was divorced. So my mother was a single parent. Justin's mom started off as a single parent, but by the time I met him, she was married. Yeah. But my mother and my father divorced when I was about 5 years old. And so I kind of bounced around a bit as a kid. So I had my mom and I had my dad. And then with the U.S. Army sending my parents orders, there was a couple times where my mom had to go and I couldn't go. And so I was raised between my mom, my father, but then also my grandmother. My grandmother was very, very influential in my life. Justin knew my grandmother, rest in peace, Ella Mae Brantley. But my grandma was a mom to me for sure.
Nah, hands down, man. We used to roll through all the time. Same situation. She just used to always show love whenever I rolled through. You know what I'm saying? We always come scoop Shel up, drop him off. And I mean, it's crazy that you talk about like prior to us meeting, you know, the first few years of my life where it was just me and my mother. You know, I look back and I'm like, dang, like she was really getting it by herself. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, finishing school, going to work, you know what I mean, coming home, picking me up, cooking, getting it done.
Yeah.
And, you know, for us to, you know, fast forward a little bit, move to North Carolina, and then it was just almost like a completion of everything. You know what I mean? My friend circle, you know, meeting you guys' parents. And, I mean, that was
and when I first
life-changing.
Yeah, and when I first met you, actually, my mother was overseas, so my grandma was she was my guardian. Yeah. Yeah, when I first met you, like in the 4th grade, my grandmother was my guardian. She was the person that took me to school, signed the papers with the teachers, and she took me to my when I met Justin. In our first basketball, my first basketball league, I think it was his first basketball league. Yeah, it was. Yeah, in the 4th grade, as Julian said, 4th grade, homie, since 4th grade, my grandma's the person that took me to the basketball tryouts, and she took me to those games in conjunction with my aunt Angie. Yeah, and I'm Justin know Angie. Angie was like a mother too, man, for sure to me, and she's definitely an amazing mother to my cousin Shayla and her twin boys Marquez and Jocko.
Yeah, Angie was lit. I love Angie. Angie, she was another one that always brought that energy.
Yo, oh my God, between her and your mom, oh my goodness,
yeah,
they were the two most turned. They was the two most turned, and low key. I wish we probably would have played in high school because we might have went undefeated between the two of them.
Oh yeah,
there's no way you could match the force of Miss Renee Johnson and Miss Angela Brantley. It's not possible, son.
Man, that's funny. I never thought of that, yo. That's like all of the pieces, the Transformers, but with just two people.
Oh my God!
It's just like
we should have joined forces, yo. Angie was in there with cowbells.
Yeah,
we got the county had to come in and tell her that she couldn't bring the cowbells.
Yo, where's the rule?
Where do you even buy cowbells?
Yo, we in NC, baby. We in the field. You know, you can get a cowbell. So
come on, man. Yeah, you already know.
Just rocking that in the gym.
Yes,
not a football game.
No,
outside,
we are in the gym, and she got cowbells in there, and they is lit. They over there, defense take the ball. Angie is in the stands going hard at the refs, the coaches, whoever. You already know what time it is.
That's real. Since we on that, just so we could, kind of paint a picture of the intensity of the women in our lives. I remember we were playing a basketball game, and it may have been a 1-point lead or a tie game, but I know for a fact the other team had the ball. And so they coming down, it's probably like 15 seconds left. And, the dude, he's the point guard coming up. I'm playing defense. I'm on him, locking in. We hate to lose. And it's first, it's like, man, I ain't about to take no L. Or I ain't about to let this dude score a game winning bucket. So, my mom is screaming on the side. She's screaming, Pitbull defense! Pitbull! Pitbull defense! She is going nuts. And the wildest thing to this day, I can't hear nothing in the gym but my mama screaming Pitbull defense.
His mother is screaming Pitbull defense, bro.
Second point, while I'm hearing this, I guess we go to the side where my mother is, the side of my mother's on the sideline. Like not where the team is. The team is on one side. Everybody's in the bleachers, in the stands, my mother's on the sideline, half court. Take the ball, defense, Pitbull defense. Going bananas, right? Seconds clock going down. 5, 4. I get a steal.
Hey, but listen, it ain't even no lie though. The dude had Pitbull defense anyways. That was the mentality from the dude. I told y'all in previous episodes, like when we played that first year, like I didn't get that much action in the back line of defense because the dude stole the ball at half court like all the time.
Man,
like seriously. So it was just like from that. But the fact that his mother is actually embodying Pitbull defense
on the floor.
I'm talking about like. And like I dare anybody say something of like
you're not gonna tell her to sit down.
No, and then
you know what I mean? Like, excuse me,
no.
Can you get back to your
First
seat?
off, that's gonna be a battle, and then on top of it, he got his special forces father somewhere around him looking like Walker Texas Rangers. No, he looking like the Undertaker with a black trench coat and a cowboy hat.
Ready to Will Smith somebody.
If y'all got any flex with Miss Johnson, if you even got that hard, you're gonna have to see Mr. Johnson. God. And it's just, that ain't even the smoke you want in your life at all.
Nah, but yo, the kicker to the story is not just that she's on the floor. I get the steal, bro. I'm dribbling down. I look out of the corner of my eye. I was pretty quick.
Yeah.
The defense is not even in sight. All I see is my mama running up the sideline, bro.
Oh, wow.
She running with me as I'm like going for the layup.
Yeah.
I lay the ball up. Mom's is out of bounds, screaming, going crazy, the game over. And I'll never forget. And in my head, I'm like, yo, I know my mom got knee issues, and she's out here running on the sideline. Like, really getting it. So shout out to moms. I know you remember that.
Yeah.
Never forget.
Nah, never forget. Never forget. You know, my mom gave me like this diverse upbringing. You know what I'm saying? Like it was world class, man. Like from the Jamaican aspect of it, or even the fact that she gave birth to me in Germany. My mother gave birth to me in Germany as an army soldier. And so we always had this diverse upbringing. I remember even whenever she was going, she would always send packages and write letters to me and stuff like that. I would read letters, and then my grandma would make me, you know, write letters back to my mom. Back in the day when people actually did write letters, you know what I'm saying? I have to sit there
Sort of
and
like pen pal.
you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? But I used to love getting letters from my mom and getting packages from my mom whenever she was in Korea, she was in Croatia, and I was proud. I remember my mother was a UN peacekeeper. UN peacekeeper during the Kosovo genocide. It's over by Croatia, Czech Republic. My mother was in the medical field over there, and I'm to this day, you know, it feels a sense of pride that my mother as a soldier went over there to like help with, you know what I mean, something bad that was going on in the world, but then still found time, and still found time to go shopping and send me gifts from Croatia or whatever. You know what? One time she went to a basketball game. They had like a Goodwill basketball game in Drazen Petrovic. Remember Drazen Petrovic was the star there. My mother took pictures with Drazen Petrovic. Drazen Petrovic. Drazen Petrovic is one of the great European players that made it to the NBA, but then he actually died during that trip in a car accident.
I remember
during that trip, and I have a picture of my mother with Drazen Petrovic. I have a picture from Drazen Petrovic, and it is from his last trip to Europe, bro. And my mom sent me that. She sent me that in the letter in the package whenever I was a little boy.
That's good, bro.
Yeah. So you know, and my mom took me my mother took me all over the world. She just didn't leave me, but like she took me different places. You know what I mean? And we have family in England, New York, Miami, and she has a big family. My mom has 10 brothers and sisters. And so she always made sure to keep relationships with them and keep the lines of communication up. And so when I just went to England recently, you know, that's from my mom's lineage. Those are my first cousins, those are my aunts and my uncles from my mother that live in England, but I have a relationship with them because my mother kept a relationship and made sure that I knew them growing up.
Nah, that's dope. And you know that you know my fascination with the island.
Oh yeah, Justin loves the islands. He loves Jamaica. We took him to Brooklyn one time. Brooklyn!
Oh my God.
Yeah, he loved every single minute of it. We was in Brooklyn for like maybe 12 hours. And it felt like one of the greatest moments of his life. Every time he heard a Jamaican accent, the dude was like going up.
Okay, so like the building they're in is, I couldn't hear nobody that wasn't speaking with a Jamaican accent, bro.
This is a Jamaican building for sure. It's Crown Heights, so Crown Heights is it's Jamaican and Jewish. That's it.
Right, so we, you know what I'm saying, we get there, and I want to say like maybe your aunt has some oxtails, chefing up. So
listen, if I go to Brooklyn, my aunt Hermina is going to cook up. It don't matter how tired she is, whatever the case.
It was like 12:30.
Then she knew I had a friend. So what happened was, we was playing professional basketball. We were flying from Rochester back to LA, but we had to lay over in LaGuardia, but we got snowed in.
Yep.
And then my cousin Ayanna, shout out to Ayanna, she came to come scoop us from the airport, brought us to Brooklyn, like 12 o'clock at night. My aunt out there, I think she cooked some brown stew chicken, some oxtails, rice and peas, plantain, all of that.
Man, I'm thinking it's about to be like, you know what I'm saying, I cooked earlier, so I'm gonna pull some stuff out the refrigerator, y'all can warm it up, whatever. As soon as we walk in, I'm smelling the food, so I'm looking at the time, I'm like, it's like 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Go in the kitchen to speak. The fire's on. The fire's on. It's going down right now. 1 o'clock in the morning. It's not no breakfast food. It's dinner. It's oxtails. It's the whole 9.
Yeah.
So that's what I walked into. Mind you, okay, we find out we got the layover there, and then we get the ride from the cousin.
Yeah.
Like that instantly. So I mean, it's a family love vibe instantly. We walk in the house, it's smelling crazy, and then just randomly, some dude just comes home. What I mean, come home, he just got out of jail. And he just got out of jail at that time, and he was having a party downstairs. So, you know, like soon as we come out from eating, this guy's going in, you know, he got a house party going on. It's Bumba Clyde, you know. Rise Clyde, what's going man? All of this is going on. And instantly, like the emoji on your iPhone, my eyes is hearting up. I'm just like,
he
man.
He living his Jamaican dream right now.
Literally, I was living my Jamaican dream.
And the closest place you can get to Jamaica is Brooklyn, son. If you ain't going to Jamaica, Miami too. Miami do got the vibes, but that Brooklyn Jamaican vibe is just different. It's love there. And I have that situation because of my mom. I went to New York City for the first time when I was 11 years old. I was so excited, and I stayed in, and that's the same house that I went to. And she cooked up just the same. And if I go next time I go to Brooklyn, she's gonna cook up the same. And Aunt Hermina, this is how she is. And Ayanna is the same way. She gonna come scoop me. I come through, whatever, short notice, whatever. Like they drop it for me. And it's because of my foundation that my mother laid and the relationship she got. And then since I was 10, 11 years old when I first went to New York City and stayed in Brooklyn, it's just been love, pure love. And so it was really cool and great for me to be able to bring him. Because we had a whole team. We left the team at the airport.
Oh, yeah.
They slept in the airport. The squad slept in the airport.
We left the squad. You trying to, yeah, let's go.
Yeah, she had a little whip. It was only to you know what I'm saying? So me and him, we went, and you know, they was down there speaking the patois and all of that. So Justin was just wild, and he was tripping. He thought it was shotters.
Man, yo, that's for real. That was like one of the high moments of my life. Like just, you know, just different things that we were able to do. Because like I said, you know, we look back to being 9 years old, bro, and it's just like, man, yo, we were playing rec ball. Now we just traveling, doing whatever. You know what I mean? And, and comfortable doing it. You know what I mean? And in any situation, you know, more than anything, we got each other, and we can always call on our mothers.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, for sure. Also, you know what was crucial and important with, these women that we talking about in our life, they were all spiritual. They were all spiritual women. They all love the Lord. And that's very important in our foundation, in our background, for sure. That certain, having the connectedness to God, and then also discipline and love, were they all came together.
Oh, for sure. My mother, my grandfather, he was a preacher in Louisiana, and he made all of his daughters, you know, sing in the choir. They were always at Sunday school. And when my mother was in college, I lived with them. So, you know, that's what I did. I was in the choir. I went to Sunday school. I did all of that. And my mother, she continues to move just like that. She sings, you know, still today. It's Sunday, so she went to church this morning.
Bet you she did.
You know what I mean? 100% guaranteed. She went to church this morning. And if I ever call with any issues, no matter what, she's going to give me advice based on the Bible. You know, and...
Me too?
Yeah, for
she
sure.
giving anybody advice based on the Bible. She know the scriptures on me.
And that's what she gonna do. Her favorite thing is, you know, that's my one, and I'm gonna stick with it. That's my one. I'm like, all right, you know. So it's always cool, you know what I mean, to see somebody that's just been committed to their faith, you know,
For sure.
and has moved and set an example in that direction. You
For
know
sure.
what I mean? You can't look at my mom and just be like, oh, well, you know, well, yada, yada, yada. Nah, like she ain't gonna be in no nonsense. She's not gonna be entertaining no nonsense.
Yeah.
And that's how she operates. So, I mean, it's cool. Right now, it's like pretty dope. I'm getting to see her, what I call her second act, because like Shel said, she was so supportive in me and my siblings pursuing our college careers playing sports. Recently, she's put out a few books. And Renee Johnson, you can look her up on Facebook because we got IG right here.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's
Facebook
Brandon
right there.
Royalty. You know, you can look her up on IG. And like I said, my mom's name is Renee Johnson. Check her out. She has a few books out. She has some music on Apple and on TikTok. One of her songs has like over 1,000 uses.
That's what's
like
up.
they reused her sound from "I'm a Queen" over 1,000 times. So
this lady is very motivational, inspirational, for sure. My grandmother was a minister.
Mm-hmm.
My grandmother was a minister, and not even to be biased, like she was one of the coldest preachers I ever seen in that pulpit. And it was interesting too because women preachers don't always get love, and some people feel like women should not be preaching and women shouldn't be ministers. And my grandmother defied that belief
in North Carolina.
In the South. And I'm telling you, when she went hard, and she knew her book. My grandmother spent time, countless hours reading the Bible, writing. And I'm telling you, she could hold her own against any man in that pulpit, hands down. And, you know, there was times when she didn't really get her recognition. She didn't really get to speak as much as she could. But whenever she was up there, trust me, she went in. And I felt it because I believed it, and I knew it because I knew how my grandmother lived every single day. You know what I'm saying? I heard a long time ago back in the day, she was a wild lady. She used to bootleg and do all kind of stuff. Yeah. But by the time I came around and I was, you know, alive, whatever, like she was fully ordained, holy rolling. And she's like one of the most charitable women I ever like came across in my life. And that's another thing, like it's like the synchronicity between it, because my mother is a very giving person. She's like the pillar of the family and just giving. And then my aunt is very similar, like very giving. And people ask me sometimes, like, Shel, like
strong and protective.
Yeah, and they ask me like, where's your humility come from and things like that. I'm like, man, listen, I was around some of the strongest, most giving women that I ever came across in my life that you might even interact with. Like, these women were very, very special. And I'm telling you, whenever my grandmother used to preach, I was in church as a kid every Sunday. I mean, I didn't even have a choice. Unless I was at an AAU tournament playing ball.
Drew crib.
That's it. Yeah, that's it. Other than that, if I was at my grandma's house, I was going to church. And even if I was real young, she used to drive the church van. So you used to have to go around and pick up church members.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Early.
Yeah.
Had to get up early, homie. Ride around the Ville. Bomb. Pick up some people in Meadowwood. Pick up some people over here. Pick up some people over here. For real. That's it. And then we went to one in Free Will, Holy Roller joints. Okay. So you know, sometimes you be in church about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm trying to go to the park and hoops up. We over here, somebody that caught the Holy Ghost somewhere.
Man, for real. And they done got it started back up again.
Come on.
Like they was about to cool it down.
Bro, we about to bounce, man.
They put the sheet over mama, let her, you know what I'm saying?
Oh my gosh, she got to cool off. Then somebody else start with the I'm like, come on, we gotta go. It's Sunday. Football game.
That's always the drummer fault, though.
Oh my God.
Yo, come on,
and the organ player?
Yeah.
Yo, you be looking at the organ player like, bruh, you know it's 2:30.
Like, come on, man, why you gonna do this?
Oh my God, I didn't even know people got out of church at a reasonable time till I went to college and I went to church with white people. I was like, oh, y'all only in here for 90 minutes?
Like, what is going on?
I've been in church for 4 hours my whole life.
Like, man, we in a church bank for an hour and a half?
Come on, bro. Shayla, you already know. I was like, oh my God. It's like that. It's like an uneasiness, right? Whenever the organs start to go down and the drums start to go down, and you just like, please, nobody catch the Holy Ghost. Nobody has the Holy Ghost. We're trying to go home. Please, don't nobody. We need a benediction. You already on the program. The program. We have to get to the benediction. We done checked everything off. There's one more thing to go. It's the benediction.
If we could get past this, we can get outside.
People that gave their life to Jesus, we checked that part off. All right, it's just the end now. It's the end. Can we go home? Because Justin went to a church like my church, but he went to like the fancy. He went to Parks Chapel. And Lewis Chapel. He went to like the big fancy versions like of our little church.
Man, whatever. We went there.
We would visit his church, but they never visited our church.
Oh man, whatever, man. Whatever. So all right. So it was just like a lot of people that from my school that went to that church. My parents, they had friends that went to that church. Shout out to my loud daddy and his homie. Hey, Justin! You know what I'm saying? In the middle of church, FYI. Pop's just screaming out to his homie. But yeah, back to that. You know what I'm saying?
Man, but that definitely the charitable aspect, the faith was very important, man. And because I know those women prayed for us, boy.
Oh my God!
I know they prayed for us, and we was covered. We was covered because between the two of us, we definitely risked it all.
Oh my God!
more than once.
There's no question.
We definitely risked it all more than once. So I thank God for those women in our lives that prayed for us and cared for us, and wanted us to do well and put their lives on the line for us, man. It was very special and very important, for real.
Oh, yeah. No, most definitely. Mm-hmm. And I mean, that's why I felt like today, of course, we got the playoffs, we got all that stuff going on, but I really wanted to show love to the mothers today. And outside of my mother, I got my babies. So
we got the shorties.
Oh yeah, we got
Shout out to the moms of the children. Shout out to all the cool BMs out there. You already know what it is. Shout out to the wives, the fiancés, the girlfriends that hold down the kids. No doubt. I love my kids a lot, and I like to think that I'm a super dad. But I wouldn't be the super dad if I didn't have these like super women that actually like held it down for sure. And even though like for me, like personally, sometimes like it may be ups and downs in like that personal relationship, but as far as how these women take care of my children, they fire. They good. You know what I'm saying? Like Solo never need to really want for anything. Sage never need to want for anything. You know what I'm saying? Like they excellent. They doing all right.
Most definitely. Real quick shout out, Courtney Whitehurst, taking care of the babies, and also graduating May 21st.
Okay.
Degree. You know what I'm saying?
Got the education.
Most definitely, through being a mother. Biochemistry is not easy. I helped out with the electives.
Okay.
Religious studies.
Okay.
But the biochemistry stuff, I could not help out with. So, you know what I'm saying? I respect it. And, congratulations.
Yeah, educated women, for sure. Charitable, hardworking women as well. And, the proof is in the kids. The proof is in the kids and how cool the kids are, how successful the children are, how happy they are.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? One thing, whenever people see my children, see pictures of my children, they look so happy. They look so happy. They're doing so well. Yeah. For sure. No way can I take all the credit of that. You know what I'm saying? Wouldn't even attempt to, wouldn't even try to.
Yeah, we're realistic regardless of the situations. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're very honest. And, like I said, the best thing is, we have each other to check each other about our situations and our significant others, or more or less mine, and because I know Solomon's mother, I know Sage, you know what I mean. Yeah. So it's pretty dope, man. Having that connection and having these strong women in our lives to help raise our kids, and just make them stand up people, man. You know what I'm saying? It's not all just us.
Yeah, for sure. I think our last episode was about a good bit of it was about fashion. And I ain't gonna front, like I told you, like my mom put me on. My mom put me on how to get stylish, how to do some things. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
My pops was a fly guy too. My mom's was just like on another elevated level with it, for sure.
Yeah, my mother, I think it's not even a question, but she had a lot to do with my creativity and fashion. She'll do her thing. And she's an African American woman. She rocks the honey blonde consistently. That's her thing. You know what I mean? With confidence. And
I thought she was Yo-Yo. Yeah. I swear. I thought Miss Johnson was Yo-Yo. I was like, this is like another version of Yo-Yo from Texas. I swear. I thought she was going to like drop an album.
Yeah, start putting out some music.
Sure, right? Don't play with my Yo-Yo. Matter of fact, I know Yo-Yo.
Don't try to play me out.
And whenever I met Yo-Yo in real life, shout out to Yo-Yo. Yolanda Whitaker. She did remind me of Mrs. Johnson quite a bit. I love some Yo-Yo, man. For real. Yo-Yo is actually my real friend now in real life. But in my mind, Mrs. Johnson was my Yo-Yo. You know
she was the real Yo-Yo, and then you met the real Yo-Yo.
Yeah, exactly. Like, she was like the substitute until I met the real one. And now Yo-Yo is like my people's. Yeah, but like I would love for Miss Johnson to come to LA.
And meet
Yo-Yo. I swear.
Oh my
I swear. I promise y'all they would hit it off. I promise y'all they would hit it off for sure.
So I'm looking forward. My mother is coming out here. She'll be here the day after my birthday, July 17th. Mom's will be in the building. She already asked if who's gonna be around and everything. She's trying to get all that cracking. So this is gonna be dope, man.
That's what's
I'm
up.
excited about it, and
that's what's up. Yeah. And then when we get to basketball, like, come on, man, like. What in the professional lives, like our mothers have been so supportive.
Oh my God!
In our professional lives, in basketball, in acting, in entrepreneurship, like these women have been like driving forces. You know what I mean? And there's been
She moved where I went to college.
She did move to where you went to college.
My mom moved where I went to school.
Yeah,
and I mean that was
And it wasn't even the question. I knew it was going to happen. I was like, where are we going to school? They moving.
Yeah. And I mean, it was one of them things where I was wondering, like, you throw it in there just saying, like, okay, like, let's see. And then you start to see, because, I mean, the thing was Chris was at Fayetteville State. So I was like, oh, man, my mom ain't going to move. Like, my cousin here, he'll be by himself, whatever. But because there's a 4-year difference in me and Chris, and then he's a red shirt. He his last year when he stayed after basketball season, he was done with school, so he didn't have to continue the next portion or whatever. So he just did his basketball and he was done. So they were able to move instantly. So I was in college for like probably 4 or 5 months of my freshman year before my mother moved down.
When I transferred from Winthrop, I had options. And I went to FIU because my mom was living in Miami at the time. And I had my aunts, my grandaunts. I got 5 grandaunts down in Miami and a bunch of cousins. And because growing up, I didn't spend as much time as I probably wanted or maybe even should have with my mom because of the military and stuff like that. I was like, you know what? I'm going to go to school in Miami. I always wanted to go to school in Miami, but then I was like, my mom was in Miami. So I actually, instead of going to school in Philly or New York, I went to Miami because my mom was down there. And, and so I had a scholarship situation, but something weird happened and that fell through. Mom Dukes took care of my first semester. And then I hopped on scholarship after that. But you know what I'm saying? Mom Deuce came through, took care of that semester because I was basically I had in-state tuition or whatever. Mom Deuce came through, held it down, cause my mom was like a freaking, she's so genius with money. I don't even know her. Like my mom was like, for real, like she just always, she just really smart with money management. Yeah. Like she be having things, but then be saving things, and then and I'd be like, bro, what, like.
How you having things, saving things, and doing things.
For real. Yeah, and she would probably tell you because she worked very hard for a long time. You know
I had 5 jobs, man.
My mom was in the Army and had a part-time job damn near for 20 years. And guess what? Through the Army, she got her bachelor's degree. Mm-hmm. After she retired from the military, she used the GI Bill and she got her master's degree. You know what I'm saying? Then she hit the private sector and still she was a director of a hospital, was one of the only black female directors of a hospital in America out in Colorado, and then had a part-time job on top of that. And somehow was saving money, but still had the BM. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
She never dropped through in LA on her.
Come on, she had different flavored BMWs since I can remember. She had an Audi when I was a kid. Like, she was coming through whipping the Audi. Then whenever we was in the Ville, she had the BMW with the spoiler. Then she had the 4Runner. My mom had the BMW coupe and the 4Runner at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Like she still got an X5. She done had she got a new X5. She done had like 3 new X5s. Like, I don't know. She be doing it. Yeah.
And that's the gift.
And the crib is fire too. My mom's crib is plush. She got all the everything. It has its particular places. Whatever she got. She got like these figurines and stuff like that. Like it's like a freaking one of them trade shows where you watch the auction, where they watching you bring stuff in, how much is this worth? Whatever. She got like a whole wall full of these things. It's crazy.
Yeah, a lot of
Yadros. I don't know if y'all know Yadros, right? You gotta be like an aficionado, you know what I mean, to know Yadros. Yadros, they come from Spain. They're like ceramic, porcelain. They're porcelain figurines. Mom Deuce got a whole wall full of Yadros that she's collected from all around the world, and then she's got other ones and different things like that. But everything in the crib is like A1 classy. But even when she came to my crib and she bought me an iron, right? It's gotta be the top of the line best iron. This iron, it comes from
perfect for steaming.
You know what I'm saying? This is the #1 iron from Germany. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? The world's best iron. I just trying to iron my clothes.
I just don't want to get wrinkled.
It ain't no Black & Decker, tell you that.
Nah, that's love, man.
For sure.
So man, this has been pretty dope, man. Like I said, we've been fortunate enough to have some amazing women. One more, and if I can, my grandmother. Oh my God! You talk about
I just remember the pictures of your grandma. I don't think I ever met her. Maybe I met her one time.
Graduation.
Yeah.
When they came out.
One time, but they got a picture of her in the house.
That was my lady.
Yeah.
That was my lady. It's okay. I can't remember getting a whooping from my grandmother. You know what I'm saying? Of course. My mom got it in on me. You know what I'm saying? I love mommy. I know you're in the church.
Hey, but somebody see this, Miss Johnson, you and Miss Price, y'all definitely cut out the same club as far as ass whoopings is concerned.
They'll run down on you with the blicky.
Oh my God. First, I seen Justin get beat by his mom. I don't know if you ever seen me get whooped, but trust me, my mom is Jamaican.
Yeah,
you understand me?
Yeah.
If she had a freaking sugar cane to beat my ass, she probably would have.
It get physical. It get physical. You never was gonna get. Never buck up. You was just gonna take it.
You had to. You know she broke a belt on me, bro. She broke a couple. She put me so hard one time, it knocked all the stuff off the belt.
Bro.
Whatever she went, my mom ruined out her belt. She went.
Bro, but that's what I'm saying. At a certain age, you know what I'm saying? The belts weren't working. So
Nah.
you know what I'm saying? We
At
started
12, 13, it was like
getting items. K-Swiss.
My last whooping was in the 7th grade because I had found my inner self and I was able to like channel.
Yeah.
And it didn't matter how hard she came.
Yeah.
I was just like, not gonna cry, not gonna yell.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Well, for me,
She wore herself out, and then she just tapped out, and that was it. So.
That was it, yeah.
That was
so, as we got older, we just had to, it was about endurance. I can take enough of these hits, but how many can you give?
Yeah, exactly. Your arm is gonna wear out before my soul breaks. Because my soul is strong. I've been through this.
I just got a whooping last semester.
Exactly.
I'm not bringing my progress report home.
Exactly. I watched Roots in School. I know what it is. Yeah, Kunta Kinte. Shout out to Kunta Kinte.
Stay strong.
My name is not Toby.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah.
The Bible says you chastise with your love. They used to always try to justify it with love, too.
I know.
I'm doing this because I love you.
Oh,
as a kid, you not trying to hear that at all.
That
So
is
like,
not
this
right.
don't feel like love at all.
Nah.
It feels like pain and hate.
I'm pretty sure that you hit me. And if I do this to somebody in school, I'm pretty sure that I'm going to get suspended.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I can't tell the principal, hey, yo, I was just, showing love to my classmate.
I don't not feel the love. But you know what? It's all good, man, because it helped turn me into the man I am today.
Yeah.
For sure. My
it.
grandma gave me a couple. I did. We was bad little, you know what I mean?
We could have went down a crazy path, but
probably
we got what we need.
Probably 3 less whoopings and I might have been in the pen, son. So, for real. My grandma faded me off a couple times too. Like, no cap. But I mean, I'm in Jamaica and we in the South. Yeah. It's a double whammy. Yeah. You know what I mean? You can't grow up as a kid, Jamaica, South, it comes with the territory.
I catch that action.
Nah, you can't. It comes with the territory.
Yeah.
But also restriction. Punishment. Yeah. I came to Justice's house whatever reason, his mother loved me so much, he would be on restriction, but somehow she would allow Sheldon to come visit.
Yeah.
And hang out.
That was it. Yeah, that was the thing.
That would be like his break of restriction. He'd be like, okay, my man's.
I'll be on solitary and I can have one
solitary confinement.
I was on solitary. I can have one visitor.
Solitary confinement.
You know what I'm saying? Shel,
I say that I come through and say today, man. I got you, homie, for sure.
Yeah, man.
That's all good. Shel can come over and that's it.
Yeah. So man, that's love, man. So. Again, we do.
Yeah, for sure. Nah, it's shout out to all the mothers out there.
Much love.
Rest in peace to the mothers that have, raised people and are no longer here. My grandmother, your grandmother, you know what I'm saying? Rest in peace to these women that were a part of our lives. I want to thank all my aunts. All my aunts, I have some of the most amazing aunts in the world, man. And they have been in my corner from day one. From the aunts on my mom's side, to the aunts on my dad's side, to my grandaunts, you know what I'm saying? I got a couple white aunts, you know what I mean? I love them to death. My aunt Tammy, you met my aunt Judy, rest in peace. You know what I mean? And those women has just been really, really special to me. For sure. And then, the mother of my children, the mothers of my children, happy Mother's Day. Yeah. Everybody out there. And the women that, future mothers, and the women that want to conceive and things like that, you know what I'm saying?
Keep your head up.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but nah, for sure, man. It's a beautiful day. Yeah, I want y'all to enjoy y'all day.
And,
But, NC?
To LA.
Yeah, I'll let you. Happy Mother's Day.
Bet that.